The first trailer for The Last of Us Season 2 is finally out, showing the scenes from Abby's past, showing that the scenes will be advanced in the story, her suffering for the loss of her father, also new scenes that precede the biggest tragedy of the season, the terrible event that most people know. But there's more, completely new scenes that we don't even have in the games. For example, the gigantic horde of infected attacking Jackson, and much more. Yeah, in this video I will analyze and explain everything in this trailer, and if you wanna know, stay here and let's go. Hello everyone who watching this beautiful channel, my name is João Victor and I'm back to talk about The Last of Us. This show from HBO that the first season released back in 2023 and the second season will be released in 2025. Probably in the beginning of the year, because now we already have the first trailer, the first teaser trailer, I have to say. Let's explain everything about this trailer, but first, don't forget to subscribe in this channel, as I used to say in all my videos. Thank you for your patience with my English. That's not my native language, but I'm trying to practice more and more, and let's go. Yeah, first of all, to explain everything about this trailer, I have to make a spoiler alert for the games. I can't explain the scenes without saying about the games, without giving some spoilers, but also I will try to avoid the most important plots. Let's start scene by scene. The first one is a clock, a stopwatch. We see a lady played by the actress Catherine O'Hara. She may be the therapist of Joel in this season. She's a new character. We don't have her in the game. And you could ask why Joel needs some therapist in the story. And I will answer, he needs her because of what he did in the first season, in the end of the first season. He saved Ellie from the fireflies, but killing everyone and lying to her. So based on the game, in this moment, we are 2 years after the events of the season 1, and Ellie already discovered about everything. So at this moment, Joel's relationship with Ellie is not good at all. He's also suffering some kind of depression and he needs to talk with this therapist. But also, if you know the story of the game, you got the reference about this clock. It's some reference that the Joel's time's ending. I will explain more about this later, but now let's go to Ellie, because next in this trailer we have Ellie in Jackson. We see this community just like as the game, very perfect. They did it in a very perfect way. Then we see Joel's mailbox, it's empty, and we move to some beautiful scenes that makes a lot of reference to the game. Joel teaching Ellie how to play a guitar, and now I have to say we probably are in a different timeline. In this moment, Ellie still hasn't found about Joel's lie, about everything that happened in the ending of the season 1. And then we move on to the next scene, which takes place on the snowy mountain. And based on the games, this is probably the first place we see Abby. Abby will be a very important character for the second season, also for the third season, maybe for the fourth season. In the game, she's an antagonist for Joel and Ellie, but sometimes the game makes you understand her motivation. And in the game, the first time you play as Abby is in the snow, like this. Also, these people in the middle of the storm, in some horse, are probably from Abby's group. And then the trailer moves to another different timeline. The next scene is about Ellie and Gina, the couple for this season. If you don't know, in the second season, this girl, Gina, will be Ellie's girlfriend. It's not different from the games, it's the same thing. This scene happens in the future, after everything I said later in this video. Yeah, probably there will be a very important event with Joel in the beginning of the season, so it will move Ellie and Gina to go on a mission in Seattle. This scene is about that, they are in a mission, and then going to the next scene of this trailer, the trailer moves back chronologically. This scene here happens at the same time that Joel is having conversations with the therapist, and he is distant from Ellie because she has already found out about what happened in the hospital. You can see by her face that she's not happy, she's angry. We can even say she's very disappointed with what she discovered. Then going to the next scene, we see another new character. This guy is Jesse. If you played the game, you know him. His version in the show is very similar from the video games. I think the cast was amazing. In this scene, he's probably talking to Tommy. Everything is good so far in Jackson. Then we see a very important scene. We see a knife with a lot of blood. In the scene, Ellie is the one washing the knife. We can recognize her tattoo, and she's washing it because she just cut herself to try to hide the bite mark she has, something that she's ashamed of and wants to hide. Then the trailer shows us one of the exclusive scenes, one of the new scenes that we don't even have in the game. We see Tommy on the walls of Jackson, very worried about the threat that is about to attack. Going further in the trailer, we see what this threat is. It is a herd of infected heading towards the walls of Jackson, a scene that makes me very excited to see as it is completely new and makes me think, will Jackson be invaded by the infected at the show? What will happen next? We really don't know, but that was a promise from the producers. Back in 2023, they said that the season 2 would have more infected, and it really will. Then, going to the next scene of the trailer, we see Ellie facing some infected, and this type of infected is like a stalker, a very stealthy one. What I can say is that she's exploring some place, some barn. This is the same location from the first picture they released from Ellie in the season. And then we move back to the therapist. She asks to Joel, what did you do? This connects with the mini teaser that came out last month, in which Joel responds that he didn't hurt her. Like in this scene, the therapist is trying to get Joel to talk about what happened in the hospital so he can free himself from it and his problem. And then we move to one of the most important scenes of this trailer, Abby. In the mini teaser back last month, we saw her in a frame, but now we can see her face. I liked the casting choice for the character, but in this scene we see something different than expected. Just like crying and visiting some grave. And if you know the story of the game, you know that this is a very important grave from the story. That's the reason she's trying to find Joel. But this scene is part of a flashback scene, which in the game only appears in the second half. This is Abby's past being explained, like who she is and why she's after Joel and Ellie. Through this scene in the trailer, we can conclude that especially in the show, the story of Abby's past will be told right at the beginning. That's very different from the game. And also going to the next scenes, we have more scenes about Abby, but there's some present scenes, probably for the first episode. We see her in trouble. She's raided by the infected. She's in a storm and the infected knock down a fence on top of her. She tries to escape and almost dies, but that's when we have her being rescued. We can see a gun that appears, a person ready to shot the infected, who everything indicates is Joel or Tommy. It depends on how they will adapt, but it is here that Joel saves her without knowing who she is. It's all very easy to recognize, and you can see how well it's adapted from the game. We see them taking her on the horse back to her group, and I have to say that here the big event from the beginning is very close to happening. If you know, you know. Let's go. Let's talk about the next scene. Here we have the first look of the Seraphites. Yeah, another antagonist group, another problem, especially for Ellie. And also I have to say that by this trailer we can see that in the show we will see the Seraphites in the very beginning of the story. That is different from the game. In this scene is clearly Ellie and Gina finding some clues about the Seraphites. And then we move to another new character. This character is Isaac. Yeah, I have to say this is the same actor from the game, but his story, what they will show about him, especially in this TV show, is new. Yeah, in this scene it looks like he's torturing someone. From the game we know that Isaac is the leader from the Wolves, a military group in Seattle that Abby is part of, and that also will be a problem for Ellie and Gina. But in the game only the past of this leader is mentioned, and through the filming we know that especially in the show they will show a lot of his past, some exclusive new scenes about his past. Then we can see people from Jackson and some horses. We can see them running to save someone. I think this is related to the Joel's fate. There's a big theory that in the show, especially in the show, Abby's group will use this herd of infected to attack Jackson and thus make Joel leave the community. This makes sense because in the game we see that Abby and her group intend to attack Jackson but didn't. It's an interesting theory but nothing confirmed. And talking about the next scenes in the trailer, we have a scene of someone burning. Also there's a scene of Tommy and Maria. They are both sad, probably because of this herd attack in Jackson. Or you can think this scene is about the tragic event from the beginning of the story, but I think it must be more about the horde attack because Maria looks sadder than Tommy in this scene. Then we move to some scenes from the military. Ellie shooting them with a rifle. This scene shows us a great battle she will face in Seattle. Also we can see a scene that is playable in the game where Ellie and Gina are escaping from the infected inside the train car. A lot of action scenes that makes reference to the game, but in the next scene we see Alice crying. She's scared of something or feeling some strong pain. I believe more she's waking up from a nightmare she will have because of the terrible event that will happen in the beginning of the story. Then we conclude this trailer moving back to Joel when he's crying. Probably he's talking about everything to this therapist. So we have like a post-credit scene, the last scene of the trailer, showing again some happy moments of Joel and Ellie. She learning how to play the guitar. Especially the choice for this scene to be the last one of the trailer was a very good choice. With this background soundtrack, it makes fans emotional, especially those who come from the game felt it more because they know what's coming. And yes, the big event will actually happen in the show, and it should be in the first 2 episodes. Everything also indicates that it could be sadder than the game. I really don't know, we have to wait and watch the season release in the beginning of 2025. 2025, probably in the same window of the first season, probably in January. So still in 2024, we should have the big full trailer of more than 2 minutes. Go write in the comments what do you think about this trailer, what do you think about this season, if you are excited or if you think it won't be as good as the game, or maybe you don't even like the game. I will keep doing more videos about The Last of Us, so don't forget to subscribe in this channel, and also don't forget to check the like in this video, it helps me a lot with the promotion. Thank you for watching, I'll be back soon, and bye!